and welcome to 219 West. I'm Charlene Freeman.
And I'm Daniel Santiago.
A Jersey City mother is fighting to protect her autistic son from bullying. She says he's not getting the education he deserves. I spoke with them about their struggle to protect him from violence. 13-year-old Mark should be heading to high school soon, but he hasn't been to school since October. Mark is an autistic student who is too afraid to return to school.
I had such plans to graduate, to get my ring, to have photos, and this was supposed to be a very keen moment in my life before entering high school. But now it seems like all of this was ruined for something that wasn't even my fault.
Mark was taking special needs classes at Public School 24 in Jersey City when he allegedly was dragged, choked, and punched during 2 separate bullying incidents last fall. In October, Mark's mother, 38-year-old Woodland Nathan, took him to the emergency room at Jersey City Medical Center after he was beaten. The hospital treated him for a concussion and strains to his neck, hip, and legs. She says Mark is also in therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder.
He doesn't eat well. He doesn't sleep well. He has nightmares. He's the 8th grader. He wants to go back to school, but it's just that he's afraid of going back to school, to that place, to that building.
And for me, it's even more terrifying because they literally go to the school down the block from where I live. So if they were to see me, I wouldn't have anywhere to run to.
Studies indicate that autistic students like Mark are more than 3 times as likely to be bullied than other students. About 44% of autistic students experience bullying, and yet educators may not recognize the increased risk, says education advocate Rhea Smith, especially if the child is a high-functioning autistic student like Mark.
He has very, very typical presentation in regards to autism, which in the education system, it is a communication impairment. And so you see issues related to mostly social communication, misinterpreting, misunderstanding social cues.
Rhea Smith says Mark may not be getting the care he needs because his autism is not obvious or severe.
And because he compensated so well by being so bright, he's so polite and compliant, it was very easy to miss.
Ms. Nathan says the school has still not shared any findings from a bullying investigation, though it's over 5 months since the last incident report in October. We reached out to the school principal at PS 24 for a response to the bullying allegations. She did not respond to our request for comment. The school ended Mark's temporary home instruction in December, and Ms. Nathan says the school has not provided a safety plan for his return, so Mark is still not in school.
As a mom, it's very painful to see your child suffering, getting hurt, and then not being educated.
Public School 24 has offered to enroll Mark in another school in the district, but his mother wants him out of this district. She says this is not the first time that she had to pull him out of a Jersey City school because of bullying. She pulled him out of an elementary school in the district after years of violence. She shares a photo of a hospital visit after an elementary school incident. Rhea Smith is helping Mark's mother prepare for a hearing later this month with PS 24 to help her get a therapeutic school placement for Mark outside the district. Such a school could provide trauma-informed care from educators.
It's a very difficult time for my family, and we're going through that, but there must be another family that's probably going through the same thing.
Education advocate Rhea Smith encourages parents not to ignore bullying. She recommends working with the school when possible. New Jersey law requires schools to have anti-bullying specialists. Parents can reach out to them or a school psychologist or guidance counselor. Smith says there are other resources available too.
It's okay to seek mental health. National Alliance on Mental Illness. We have chapters right here in New Jersey. They have great educational programmings for family and support groups.
Despite his struggles with loneliness and depression, Mark says therapy with his counselor is helping him, and he still has dreams for the future.
Because I had very great plans to be a scientist, an engineer, and a technologist.
And he says that he hopes to be able to enjoy his high school education and more social time with peers soon too. For 219 West, I am Charlene Freeman.